Then the next step, and this is more so about actually finding, well, how do we find clients that we can potentially take on? The first thing that I would do is look at auctions that are currently running on Flippa that are marketed badly. So have a look at some of the auctions that close out and see, you go to the closed area where auctions didn't end up selling, and you look for the ones that don't have any bids. That's a good place to start, and try and find a site that you go, wow, that website has value. I can't believe that it wasn't sold. Maybe they didn't have the right keyword in the title tag. Maybe the titles weren't written very well. Maybe they haven't done a walkthrough video like how you've learned how to do. Maybe they didn't tell the story properly. There's a whole host of things that you've been learning in this course that the general average day Joe out there selling websites on Flippa has no idea about. So you want to look for websites that just haven't done all of those sets of things that we've talked about. When you can start to identify those, what I would then look at doing is you want to make contact with the person selling the website. So what do we know? Sometimes you can, depending on which side of the equation you're playing at, either a buyer or a seller, you can do some communication through Flippa. That is possible. That said though, we know another way to do it would be to contact them through the website. They've identified what website they're looking to sell. Clearly they're the owner of that website, so if you went ahead and contacted through the support of that website, that might be a really good place to get in touch. So there's just about 3 or so emails, a sequence of emails that I'd like to give you, or just talk you through now, just on the way that you should approach someone. So let's say you've scoured some auctions on Flippa and found some potentials. Then you make yourself a little bit of a short list of some different websites that you'd like to contact. And then the way that I would do it is, firstly, send a very short email. The first email is always very short. You don't want to open with a pitch. You don't want to open with anything that is going to get them to think, oh, this is just a canned email, I'm just going to hit delete. So what I would do is I'd start off with something short like, I want to get in contact with the owner of xyz.com, and it's just in regards to their recent Flippa auction that I saw that came through. Have I come through to the right place, Dave? Something really short like that, because the aim of the game for that first email is just to get a yes or get pointed in the right direction. Then the next thing that you might do is, if you do hear back and you get through to the right person, then the next email you follow up with is that you just wanted to send through and make some suggestions on how they could improve their auction. And this may be, depending on where you're at, maybe it's something like that, the free report that you created as part of the bait for your website. You might say, hey, I wanted to send you some tips on how to get the most out of your auction, just because I noticed it went through and didn't end up selling quite the way that you were probably hoping that it would. And then wait for them to get back to you. If they say, yeah, they're interested, then go ahead and send the report. Again, what you want to do is, with those first couple of emails, it's all about opening the dialogue. Don't try and sell them. All you want to do is get some form of communication back. Once you get 1 or 2 emails, it's like now you're engaged in a dialogue, and you can slowly start to increase the communication that you send through. And this is important, and you need to think about this with, if you're trying to approach any sort of gurus like Ryan did.